Sirens Studios' first general discussion. We are here talking and introducing ourselves all about video games, comic books, pretty much everything for the nerd in you. Hello, lovely ladies. How are you?
Pretty all right. Nice evening weather. My name's Nickole. Nice to meet you all.
Hey, I'm Janet.
And I'm Corey. Our main goal here at Sirens Studios is to give you the best reviews, previews, and whatever else for you guys to, just come and be yourselves and enjoy some fine entertainment. So, what are you guys into? What's up?
One of the main things I've recently gotten into is comic books, more on the Marvel side. Nothing against DC, but just Marvel's my cup of tea.
Now, Janet, your thing is DC, right?
Yeah, me, it's all about the DC. Batman, Superman, Flash, all these Robins that are just flying around everywhere. Fun. I like DC a little bit more than Marvel.
I also happen to be in comic books myself. I'm more of a fan for video game kind of comic books, those indie kind of comic books. But I think they're a pretty cool way to have some entertainment. Interesting different take. I like how the artists have their own style and everything.
Yeah.
So we are going to be spending a lot of majority on video games here at Sirens Studios. What do you guys like to play?
I like a majority of things, but I tend to go more towards RPGs because that's what I grew up with more, like Final Fantasy, Legend of Zelda, Kingdom Hearts. I'm an incredibly big Kingdom Hearts fan. I do like BioShock and other stuff like that. I don't mind so much as first-person shooters, but I don't play them as often.
Okay.
I'm a big fan myself of the Assassin's Creed stories games. Love them. Kingdom Hearts as well. Big fan. Final Fantasy, BioShock. Just those type of games. Just so entertaining to me.
It's pretty cool. I'm more into the indie gaming. I also like Assassin's Creed, though. I'm not a first-person shooter kind of person. I can't, for the life of me, figure out how to work those things. But recently, I've been really loving the PC version of Minecraft. I got the Xbox 360 version a while ago, and it was nice. But I decided to take my hand at the PC version. Let me just tell you, that new update's pretty interesting with all the horses.
Everywhere.
Horses everywhere. I am having a really difficult time because I'm in a plain, in a field at my world, and there's just horses everywhere. I don't have meat sources or anything. What about you, Nickole? I know you play it.
Well, they haven't been overrunning the place, so to speak.
I cannot believe that.
They've been alright. They're huge though. They're pretty big.
They are 3 blocks high. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. They're a really interesting add-on. I think they did a really good job with that. They also have the donkeys which have the scariest sound effects ever. That's terrifying. I mean, gotta say it.
Well, nothing against donkeys. I enjoy them. Just playing Minecraft is so much fun. All these new additions, animals. I'm happy with every update.
Janet, you recently got into it. How do you like it?
I recently got. It's fun. I have it for PC, though I'd rather have it for Xbox. But I'll get it eventually. But it's fun. I generally like building stuff because I'm not much of a builder, but I just like messing around, and I like having 50 million wolves in my one house.
Oh yeah, she's got wolf house going on over there.
Yeah, I'm of an army.
Oh my god. So, what do you guys have to say about Siren Studios? We were really excited to start this up for mostly you guys, the audience. We wanted to take our hand at a YouTube company mostly. But what do you guys have in store for Siren Studios?
Just scoops on different things, upcoming titles, not only in video games, but in comic books, storylines. We've also got some conventions, because we recently had SuperCon down here in Miami.
That's right, we did have SuperCon. That was awesome.
It was so crowded.
You were the one that went, right? I don't. Jen, did you go?
I ended up going. I was iffy, but I ended up going.
How did you like it? I know it was really crowded.
Yeah, it was incredibly crowded. Much more than last year.
Yeah, last year it was packed, but not as bad. But this year they had an incredibly really big line, and I was really surprised.
Well, I think they appealed to a diversity of interests. They not only had your comic books or your anime They had a lot of My Little Pony, Adventure Time,
Pegasus
Star
right
Trek.
here. Shout out to the bronies. um,
Just a bunch. We had a few Fireflies out there.
oh
and,
yeah.
Loved the show. Sad that it had to end early, but
Mm.
it was nice. We had some big guests, so
That's
it attracted
really-
a lot of attention.
That's really awesome. Now, for those who don't know, obviously by our scene, we are we're in Miami, Florida. So for us, cons are a huge deal. We don't get many out here. Unfortunately, not we're just not in that demographic. My dog, I don't know if she's in the shot, bothering the whole the whole discussion.
You've got two of them, don't you?
I do have two of them, unfortunately.
Surprise guest.
Oh my god. Yeah, surprise guest. So for us, cons are just the biggest thing. I remember going last year, and it was crowded. It was crowded as
A lot of
hell.
Adventure Time too. Last year Adventure Time was
Adventure Time was
really
really
popular.
big,
Yeah.
but it seemed to be more for workmanship than anything. It wasn't like for artists or anything. There wasn't a lot of professional
This
artists.
year the majority of the second floor was an entire artist alley.
So they had the second floor covered, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because
definitely.
last year they
They not
didn't.
only had rooms inside, like on the second floor, with little panels going on, activities.
They didn't have that last year. That is awesome.
But yeah, artists were a big thing.
Mhm.
Like, I saw some amazing artwork over there.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I don't believe we have any cons coming up anymore, do we?
I think we're done.
We had the
in
one in
Florida
Orlando,
or in
yeah.
Miami.
We have that one in Orlando, and then
we don't have
Nevada.
much coming by down here, but
Yeah.
we enjoy what we can.
For those that live in Miami, we will be giving you schedules on whenever cons come out, because I know that it is hard. I myself don't have very good notification on it.
Yeah.
Just whatever I hear.
It's
is
horrible.
upcoming.
The bigger
So-
ones are advertised. Like SuperCon got a lot of advertisement on TV, but other than that,
That's right. They had like one of their really cool, really cheesy though commercials.
Commercial,
I remember
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We do have a Comic Con coming up though in
Yeah.
San Diego.
That's right. That's right.
That's huge.
It's going to be
It's a
really
big deal.
awesome. I remember it's grown in size so much. I remember a couple years ago it was just too crowded. They had to shut down and kick people out because it was just too crowded to get others in. Let's hope that they fix that. I know that they're having some lot issues.
I'm sure they'll handle their public and their audience very well. But
not to mention now with you have to buy a ticket. It will be sold out instead of just anyone can go in.
Yeah.
Right.
You two are actually the big ones for Comic-Con, because you are Janet, you're DC, and Nickole, you're Marvel. So it must be really exciting for you guys. Not so much for me. I am a Batman fan, but for you guys it must be, like a kid in a candy shop, right?
oh yeah, we've got a lot of news on upcoming Marvel movies. They've got their live action movies are on the ball now.
Yeah.
They recently set the date for Winter Soldier, which I'm excited. If everything goes to plan, it should release in April. Excited for that. There's going to be a lot of Thor: The Dark World news. Just talk about the Ant-Man movie, which I'm ecstatic about.
I can't believe they're making
I
one.
love Ant-Man.
I cannot believe they're making one after
But it's all in
Ant-Man.
preparation, for Avengers 2.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So it's all building up,
Yeah, they're getting ready for their movies coming out. I know. Then after that, they're gonna do a second gen or something like that.
It's second sequence.
Yeah. So it sounds like Marvel is
Yeah.
has got a lot going on for themselves. I know DC has been in a big rush, but
Yeah.
after the couple Batman movies,
With the
it
whole
just-
rumors that we might get a Justice League movie in around 2015, maybe, but no one knows for sure. And there's already talk of
I feel like that's
second Man of Steel.
I feel like that's just them trying to get back at Marvel though, because Marvel's been going on with the
Trying to
Avengers.
stay on par with them.
Yeah.
Now they're losing money because they're not doing the Justice League, and everyone wants to go to Marvel, but it could just be
Yeah, but
circumstances.
they are taking the steps though. Like they rebooted Superman. So,
Yes, that's true. I heard about getting ready for
yeah. You never know.
oh, mosquitoes. Getting ready for Justice League with Superman and everything. So it sounds like everything is falling into place for them, but I don't know. You never know what's going to happen in the
and
future.
as far as DC goes, I know you're very excited about it. They've got their animated movie coming out at the end of the month.
Flashpoint Paradox, incredibly excited, based off the comic, which is a big deal because this incident basically led to the reboot in DC, which
Comic-wise.
we ended up changing up certain people's origin stories and all that stuff. So it's pretty big for comics.
I'm excited for it myself. You know,
Yeah.
I got to see my Flash.
Exactly, and it is good because most of the DC animated movies have been centered more towards either basically Justice League or just it's Batman, Superman. But this is the first one it is gonna have Batman. They did say, but it was centered a little bit more towards Flash and Batman, but the Thomas Wayne Batman, not the classic Bruce Wayne Batman. So I'm really excited.
They have been focusing a lot on Batman.
It's their big hitter. Obviously, they always stick to either Justice League or Superman, Batman.
A lot of fans have been really upset about it because they have their other superheroes and they're like,
yeah,
why
a lot of
haven't you
people
been showing
complain because it's cool. I love Batman, Superman. I love the Justice League, but they have an incredibly wide array of all these awesome heroes.
Absolutely.
That they can make movies for them, and they're pretty popular. It's just I think they stick to what they absolutely know people will buy.
Well, I mean, remember, Batman has always been this really big seller. So they're probably just doing what they do and trying to get the money out of it,
But they could slowly introduce characters, old characters, if anything.
Okay, sorry for the technical difficulty. Unfortunately, unexpected things happen when you don't have the correct...
Thunderstorms in space.
Yeah, when you don't have the correct equipment at hand right now, we're kind of running short. But as we were saying, continue.
Oh, right. That I know Marvel has more than anything, one of my favorite characters, Deadpool. He's actually been in the spotlight recently with his game, his new storyline. They've actually released a new comic series. It's just like it's gonna be the last issue in a mini arc that they've had for him. I feel like they've been trying to redeem him ever since the X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Because I know many people were upset about his portrayal in it.
Wasn't the best. I mean, he's known for mercenary, for being the merc with the mouth, and then in the movie having him just with.
It wasn't what we were used to seeing.
Yeah.
So
they didn't even give him the
see
costume.
where it's going, what they're trying to do with that. It's very exciting.
I remember he's been a pretty popular character for a while, and I feel that they're taking a right step in bringing him back, but I feel they're being too soft with him. He's never known for being that soft. He was never known for being like that. It's always been uncensored, and I feel that it's time to go back to his roots because, in the older comics, he was always known for, bloodbaths. Now it's kind of just like, he's still like that, but not to that extent.
Well, yeah, I mean, in a way, you can't base views on the game more than anything because it is a game, like, they're trying to appeal to certain audiences, but,
some popular YouTubers have been giving it really good reviews, though.
I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
Up to its release date, there wasn't much talk about it, but once it got out,
it's true.
It got a lot of attention. I loved it.
There wasn't at all. I was seriously surprised that they didn't announce anything for it. I didn't see any commercials, which is not unusual because I don't see enough commercials for video games anymore. I remember being smaller back in the PS1 days, and you'd have Tomb Raider commercials out all the time for the games.
Right.
There's barely anything now on TV. It's really
Usually
weird.
the other things we get now are the really, really big franchise. Like
Call of Duty.
you will still get Call of Duty, you still get Halo, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
but
I haven't seen much on Assassin's Creed though.
Yeah, but other than that, you don't usually get much anymore. Everything else is just either online, or magazines specifically for gaming and stuff like that.
It's true. But I feel like the video game world really has kind of just shrunk. They've just shrunk so small. It's not what it used to be. When they first came out, these things were like, amazing. People could barely realize, a video game on a CD is just shocking. Now it seems like we have everything. It seems that it's just kind of like, yeah, okay, I can just download
all those
this.
like next generation consoles coming out, like technology just advancing incredibly.
Yeah, what do you guys think about those next gens? I'm a PS4 girl myself. I've always been
PS4.
Sony.
Xbox. But the thing is, I love Xbox so much. Like I know when PS4 and Xbox One comes out, I'm for sure gonna get the Xbox One first. But even being a big Microsoft fan, I'm just sorely disappointed in what I've been hearing from them, and I don't want to hear these bad things that's been happening and just they've been doing in general, and they're disappointing so many of their fans. And it kills me because I really want them to do well. I love Xbox. Like if I get a game and it's like Xbox or PlayStation, I'm gonna go more for Xbox. I really hope they fix all these problems.
And you're not
So
alone.
they've been listening to their fans.
Yeah, I'm
though.
really
They have
happy
been.
for that. They have.
But you're
like,
not alone with this disappointment. I have read tons of forums on it, and I've read tons of people just saying, I don't understand what they're doing. Personally, for me, I don't start my 360 up enough. I do have a 360. I do have a PS3. I do have a Wii. The most I use is the PS3 because
Same for me.
the 360 is just, it's slow. It's just, and it might just be because it's not my cup of tea, but it seems that they came into the game very late. Microsoft did, let's be honest. They've always been known for the computers, then they came in.
Yeah, but they did come in with a bang with the Xbox.
They did, but, I don't know. I feel like the 360, it could have achieved so much more than what it did, and then they introduced the Kinect, and it just
Kinect that promised so much, but it kind of fell through.
It kind of just changed my views on Microsoft. After that happened, we got it late, so we probably got one of the newer models of it, but it just did not take my breath away. So when I heard the Xbox One, I thought it looked very cool. It did have a lot of promises, but the fact that they thought that they could get away with certain things that they did.
Like the privacy issue.
They were trying to step it up a next generation, and it's ballsy. It's great for them. I'm really proud that they decided to do that, but they knew they couldn't get away with it. They had to. Nobody was going to be able to deal with with what they were promising, and that's why I enjoy Sony so much, because they were stepping it up, and they were kind of saying, yeah, we want to go in that future, but we're not going to force people into it so quickly. We're going to ease into it. And that's what really made me buy onto Sony. Despite the fact I was already a fan. But
speaking about the consoles at E3, they did release a teaser for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Which I'm super excited for.
So excited for it.
For those who don't know already, it is not going to be just for the PS4. It is going to be for both platforms. That has been announced. It's not going to be, just for those who want to stay with Sony. So you guys are lucky, especially you, Janet.
Yeah, I've been waiting 7 years for this game, which I'm pretty sure everyone else has.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just incredibly, even though it's in the works, we don't have a legitimate trailer for it. We just had that little teaser. Hopefully maybe next year at E3, we'll actually get a full-on trailer, and maybe we'll get a release date too, hopefully.
It's much awaited.
Yeah, because
so much.
They did say it was a little bit premature, what they showed us.
A friend of me and Janet's, he has been waiting for this game for, I cannot even know how long. And, a lot of people were saying once they were watching E3, or once they were at E3 and they were watching that they were kind of hoping for it, but they weren't exactly saying
it was during the Final Fantasy, right? The Final Fantasy, when they announced Final Fantasy 15, they're like, oh, we have another little surprise.
They
People are like,
sprung it
oh,
up.
maybe it's another spin-off from Final Fantasy, because, they love to do that for some reason. And then when you hear that music, everyone just stops and they're like, no way.
Yeah.
And then the crowd just explodes. It's my favorite part.
It took my breath away.
When you hear the music and everyone just starts cheering and cheering, because they know it's like, finally we're gonna get what we've been
exactly.
hoping.
And a lot of people told me that they were anticipating it, but they said, nah, it's not gonna happen. And when it did, it was a great surprise. I give props to Square Enix. I'm not a fan of Square Enix, but I give props to them on that.
Making it multi-platform.
Yeah.
They can
So I'm surprised. I don't know why
audience.
they don't ever go to Nintendo. It was only ever Sony, but now they're going multi-platform. I haven't heard anything about it going to the Wii U or anything.
As much as I love the Wii U, and don't get me wrong, I really want to get one.
Yeah, I want to go one too.
It seems great.
Can't see it as much for
I
the
cannot
Wii U.
see it running those kind of graphics. That's the issue I have. They're probably, unfortunately, going to downgrade the graphics, and it's not going to give you that nostalgic feel anymore, unfortunately.
There's also that fear that because the whole Star Wars now belonging to Disney. There's
That's
that
right.
small
There's
fear
rumors. I was just about to talk about that. There's
that
rumors
one of the
them.
worlds may
Be a Star
incorporate
Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
As cool as that would be, I truly hope it doesn't happen. Like, I've heard rumors too where because Disney owns Studio Ghibli, or Ghibli is however you want to pronounce it. We're actually gonna get some of those characters too, which actually, you know what? I think that'd be cool because it would fit into the world of Kingdom Hearts with that style. But because Star Wars is live action,
Right.
to turn that into try to fit it into Kingdom Hearts, just like how in Kingdom Hearts 2 you had
The
Pirates of the Caribbean.
But they worked.
It was neat,
They worked
I
that.
guess.
They worked that really well. I gotta admit.
It's
It
just
was pushing for
when
me,
you see the
myself.
cutscenes,
Yeah.
It was
when you
pushing
see
it.
the cutscenes with
I
Sora
liked
talking
it.
to Jack, you see such the difference.
But that's
in
what makes it-
styles.
that's what makes it so
didn't fit
great.
in. I didn't like
I understand
it.
that it is supposed to transport you to another world.
They did a
and all
great
that,
job.
but
I was
didn't like
really
it.
impressed with how realistic they made, because this is based on real life people, real life actors acting in a movie. It's
Right.
not animated. So when they did the graphics, I was very, very impressed by it because I was like, that is perfection. That's great. It may have been pushing the movie too much. I don't know. But they did a good job, and they did a good job on the world, and I was thoroughly impressed by what they did.
I wasn't a fan. I didn't take too much on it.
Mhm.
To me, I would have cared either less if they added it or not. I really hope they don't have. It just doesn't fit for me.
The problem I would have with adding Star Wars into the Kingdom Hearts franchise is that, they only recently got Star Wars.
right.
They've always had pirates, so it wasn't a huge issue. But this is a recent add-on, and I feel like it would be a slap in the face,
It'd be a bit too soon, maybe.
It would be. It would be terrible because that's pushing it. That is pushing it because now they're trying to say, "Hey, look what we have. Look what we have," and it's kind of like, relax. People will see it. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
I can see where you're going.
Yeah, it was that would be a push. But I heard the rumor. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. They're still in production with it. Speaking of E3, what was your thoughts on it? Did you guys have anything popping out at you other than that?
I really enjoyed Sony's conference. Just saying, like, I love Sony, so
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I loved especially their whole showing off the indie games.
Oh, yeah.
That was incredible.
As an indie game lover myself, I was really impressed by the fact that they're going to help indie developers. That is what we need.
I feel like that's very important too, because they're
Exactly.
coming out with new things all the time, like fresh.
And they usually don't get the credit they should get for these amazing games.
One of my favorite games, Journey. There's a lot of Let's Plays. It won tons of awards. You know why it won tons of awards? Because it was something
amazing.
different, and
It
it
had
was
that simplistic beauty to it.
and it was gorgeous. But Sony did a great thing by helping that game company
get out there.
get out there and get the funds that they needed. But it wasn't another Call of Duty. And I'm not trying to bash Call of Duty. I'm not trying to bash Battlefield. But I'm sick of seeing sequels. I was watching a video, and this guy was pointing out all the sequels that were out on shelves now. There's no original. There's barely any original stories.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen something, the first of this new series. It's like all I'm seeing is this new Call of Duty. Oh my God, there's another Gears of War. Not that they're okay. But all these things, I'm like, let's make something new.
Yeah.
So it's a really important time for indie gamers,
It is.
developers, and everything. It's their time to shine.
They're gonna do good. I can tell. I was already looking at some of the games. I know that they previewed at E3. I was watching that, and I saw some of the games that are gonna come out, and just looked awesome. It looked like stuff you would find on Steam, and there are a lot of weird shit. I know there's a lot of weird shit on Steam, but there's also a lot of awesome stuff that you would not
Things that
expect.
would really stick with you, Like,
Yes, exactly, and it's just really awesome. It's really great to see that coming alive. Really exciting. Hopefully, it'll give us more in the future, and we won't have to stick with just the sequels. Sorry for the interruption. Again, it's very, very difficult to understand when technology will let you down, unfortunately.
Lightning storms in space.
Exactly. So, Janet, you were talking about music.
Oh yeah, on the indie music, it's really cool for indie games. You get new up and coming composers and all these people instead of the basic ones. Not that they're not awesome. I think they're amazing, but it's a chance for people to get recognized, and all that
That's
stuff.
something new.
Absolutely.
Exactly, yeah.
It's some of the prettiest music. If you think about Journey,
Yeah.
they have that
Beautiful.
great soundtrack. They used just a great amount of music to get that.
They found that balance,
they
like
did.
cinematic beauty and audio. Like it was amazing.
They did, and I think it really touched upon the audience, and they had people feeling, without even talking to their partner, which was great. I think it was really what people needed in the video game industry.
Oh yeah, it was great.
It was.
Going back to music, there is actually a concert coming up for Final Fantasy music.
Mhm.
Distant Worlds for the 25th anniversary.
It's really exciting because Final Fantasy has one of the best music
That's
scores.
right.
that I've
It's a
heard.
very big franchise. It has incredible following,
Mhm.
and to me, probably one of the best games that has just the best soundtrack. Its usual composer Nobuo Matsu. He's actually going to be going. He's following on tour with Distant Worlds, and he's going to be here November 23rd, 8 p.m. Buy your tickets now.
Marketing.
Marketing. I just that man's amazing. He when he plays piano, it's just my God. Like you have to. How is he doing this? Like why?
And it's going to be an amazing experience. Like they're not only going to be playing it live for
It's
you.
music,
they'll
but
have,
it's also visual effects with
That's
from
really
its
awesome.
various games.
It's something
I think it's
new.
really cool.
It reminds me of the Legend of Zelda Symphony that they did a while
Symphony
back.
of the Goddess. Yeah.
That just blew my mind away. It
Koji
was
Kondo, another
so
great
gorgeous.
composer for Nintendo. Mainly does a lot of Legend of Zelda and Mario, but he's another incredibly good composer.
Believe it or not, video games have one of the best music. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of the
nothing
best
like it.
soundtracks you will find in a video game.
Think about the horror franchise. There's a lot of people that use music to incorporate, a very sticky situation.
It enhances
And
what you're
it
feeling.
makes you scared. It does. It's not even a scary moment, but it makes you scared.
Like what's coming up.
It does a
So-
great job. Music is just something I think all of us can agree. It's just an amazing prop that you can use in video games.
Yeah, and
What
like
would be without
going
it?
to the concert, you meet up with people with the same interests, like people enjoy this.
Of course, it's a
So
great way to meet
it's
people.
A great way to like just feel connected with the community.
Yeah. Speaking of community, we'd like you guys to join our own community at Sirens Studios. Whenever you guys have a request for something, whenever you guys are interested in hearing about something, just give us a message.
We really want to hear your thoughts on things.
Yeah, totally. We'll follow you guys. We'll make sure that whatever you want goes because it wouldn't be fun without the audience here with us. So just go to www.youtube.com/Siren Studios and drop us a message. Or if you prefer another area other than YouTube, like Tumblr, we have a link there. You can go and send us a personal message. We will make sure to listen, take an account of what you say, and do some videos. I know that we've got some speed paints by myself coming up. What about you guys? Anything coming up?
Well, there's going to be reviews on titles, anything, comic books, video games. There's going to be previews, upcoming anything.
Awesome.
We're also going to be looking to doing some walkthroughs and let's plays if you have any games you want to suggest. New, even old, like any old classic games that you would really want to see. Just give us
Let
your
us know.
opinion. Yeah.
That's right. Whatever you guys want to see, we're always open
We're
to
open to
suggestions.
totally.
So, with that, I think it's time for us to wrap up. After all the technical difficulties, we haven't been so ready to do an hour-long video, but do expect hour-long videos in the near future. I guess that's it for us. We'll see you guys later on. Thank you for joining us in our very first discussion. Bye, guys.
Bye.
До свидания.